tag along. Tag along. Once there were 4 friends who always met after breakfast at the fern frill in the forest. Sometimes Crow came first, winging along. Sometimes Goat came first, trotting along. Sometimes Rat came first, scampering along. Only Turtle never came first, or second, or even third. Turtle always tagged along last, and so his friends called him Tagalong. Tagalong did not mind being slow, but because he was slow, his friends worried about him. Because he was slow, his friends did not believe he could take care of himself. You must be careful, they said. You must be careful, or the hunter will catch you. Goat said it in a know-it-all way. Crow said it in a scoldy way. And Rat said it in a nervous way. But they all said it again and again and again. One day someone was missing at the meeting place. Someone missing meant someone in trouble. Tag along? No, it was Crow. I'll go find her and help her, said Goat. I'll go with you, said Rat. Me too, said Tagalong. Goat looked down his beard at Tagalong. Rat twitched his whiskers at Tagalong. You stay here, they said. And off they went, through the forest and down the river toward Crow's favorite cherry tree. There they found her snared in a net. Goat stood under the net. Rat tickled up his back. He chewed and he chomped and he chiseled away until at last there was a big hole in the net and Crow was free. Creak, creak went the hunter's new boots in the distance. But what was that to 3 speedy friends? There was time for back patting, time for cherries. There was, oh no, there was Tagalong. The hunter came and caught Tagalong and tossed him into his sack, while the others whizzed away. But soon they were back. Crow plopped down in front of the hunter, dragging her wing as if it were broken. The hunter dropped down his sack and lunged after Crow, who stayed just out of reach. Rat gnawed the sack open and freed Tagalong and hurried him out of sight. Then off flew Crow. The hunter stared at her. A crow who could fly with a broken wing? How was that possible? Soon he found that his sack was empty. A turtle who could open a sack? Could it be? Then he saw the tear in the net. A bird who could bite a hole? Oh, come now. The hunter sat down and pondered and puzzled, but he couldn't even guess at the truth. The next day at the fern frill, Rat was missing. I'll go find him and help him, said Goat. I'll go with you, said Crow. Me too, said Tagalong. Goat shook his horns at Tagalong. Crow spanked her wings at Tagalong. You stay here, they cried, and off they sped through the forest and down the river towards Rat's favorite nut trees. There they found him trapped in a box. Goat held the box down with one hoof and gave little kicks with another. Crow covered Goat's nose with a wing and her own with the other. And at last one end of the box caved in and Rat scampered out, with some strong-smelling cheese in his mouth. Creak, creak, the hunter was coming. But what of that? There was time for back patting. There was time for cheese and nuts. There was, oh, no, there was Tagalong. The hunter came and tossed Tagalong into his sack and made 2 knots in the drawstring while the others whirled away. But soon back they came. You can't make a fool of me again, cried the hunter when he saw Crow. So it was Goat this time, who pretended to be crippled, while Rat freed Tagalong and hurried him out of sight. Then off trotted Goat. The hunter stared at him. A lame goat who could run? The hunter hurried to his sack. 2 knots, yet no turtle. He ran to the box. No cheese, no rat. The end smashed inward, The hunter paced up and down with a perplexed frown, but he couldn't even begin to unravel the riddles. The next day at the fern frill, old Know-it-all himself was missing. "I'll go find him and help him," said Crow. "I'll go with you," said Rat. "Me too," said Tagalong. Up shot Crow's wings, up shot Rat's whiskers. "What help are you?" they cried. "You can't help. You need help. Stay here." And off they raced through the forest and down the river toward Goat's favorite clover clearing. There they found him, caught in a trap. Crow rammed into the trap with her beak, but the steel jaws didn't open. They caught Crow above the beak, caught her and held her. Rat knotted his tail around Crow. He pulled and he tugged and he yanked. This did not free Crow, but it did tighten the knot, and now Rat too was caught. And so all three were caught, and creak, creak, the hunter was coming, and oh, no, no, no! There was Tagalong. Tagalong wedged his back, slippery with river mud, into the trap, but it was too late, for here came the hunter. The hunter threw his sack part way over the animals, then snapped the trap open and swooped down to grab them all. But somehow Tagalong grabbed him first by the thumb. Goat, with his hurt leg, limped away. Crow and Rat, tied together, Hop scuffled away, and the hunter could not stop them, for Tagalong held on fast to his thumb. Then around swung the hunter, around and around, with his arm straight out and Tagalong at the end of it. At just the right moment, Tagalong opened his mouth, and whee! Through the air he sailed, and oh, yes, yes, yes! There was Tagalong. But there was no time for back-patting, for the hunter was creaking behind them, and for the first time in their lives, Goat and Rat and Crow were slow, as slow as Tagalong. "We cannot possibly escape from the hunter," they cried. "Nonsense," said Tagalong. "Just follow me." Tagalong led them to a hiding place in the bushes. The hunter passed right by them, but he came back and started to poke every bush with his gun. "Follow me," said Tagalong. He led them to a huge hollow tree. The hunter passed right by them, but he came back and started to rap every log and tree. "Follow me," said Tagalong for the third time, and he led them into a dark cave. The hunter passed right by them and was gone so long that this time they didn't think he would come back. But just as Rat finally untied himself back, he came. He stumbled in the dark. He raised his gun. He listened for a sound to aim at. The friends huddled together, and that was too bad, for Goat's beard tickled Rat's nose. "Achoo!" went Rat. Bang went the gun. Oof went someone to the floor. It was the hunter. He got up, but oof! Goat butted him back down again. Crow spanked him with her wing. Rat nipped at his nose. Then Tagalong sampled at his other thumb. This time the hunter didn't even try to figure out what would happen. He just up and ran and ran and ran, and if he hasn't stopped running, he is running still. The next day no one was missing from the fern frill, yet someone or something seemed missing. Else why should such a beautiful day be dull? Suddenly Goat jumped up. "I'm going to look for the hunter," he announced. "I'll go with you," said Crow. "And I," said Rat. Then they all turned to Tagalong. "Will you come too?" "Think I'll stay here," said Tagalong. "Oh, please come," said Goat. "Do come," said Crow. "Come," pleaded Rat. "We need you," they all cried together. "Well, in that case," said Tagalong. "If you need me," said Tagalong, "why, I guess I'll just have to go." He ambled off with his friends, so happy that he almost bubbled right out of his shell. The end.